Hi, it's Karen, the Weekend Craftaholic, and this is the first of two videos today going through a couple of features with the latest Cricut Design update. Now, if you're not sure whether to check you've got the new updates or not, just click on the three little lines in the top left-hand corner, as you saw I did, and then select what's new, and it will show you all of the most recent updates. So you may have missed some updates, you can scroll through and see what's new. This video is going to focus on the offset function, which is applicable to your text tool. So I've just selected text and I'm just typing a little word here as an example, and I am just going to drag it out the way because I want you to be able to see the little offset drop down box when it appears very soon. I'm just highlighting here where it is. Now you'll see when I click off the text, it's greyed out, you can't use it. Also bear in mind, at the moment it's in beta stage or beta stage, so this is March 2021 when I'm recording this video, and it is very new, but it's a very cool function. I think you're going to like it. I'm just showing you here when you do select it, it automatically ticks the weld offsets function, so you can choose to have that on or off at this stage. And you've also got a few options with the corners as well, whether to have them rounded or square, and I will show you later in the video a side-by-side comparison of those. You have also got the option of changing the distance. Now this is the space around your text, and basically like the little bubble, how big you want it, how close you want to the text or how far away. So have a little play with this as well and get used to it and see what you like, what's your favourite style. This one I've selected way too small, it's way too tight. I want to give myself a little bit more space around the word. And I'm just making it a little bit bigger just to give you an example and show you the differences you can do. Now you see it automatically defaults in different colours. You don't necessarily need to change them, but they are still two separate layers. So you can see I've just dragged that text off the offset. So now it's almost like another layer that sits on top of it. And when we do this normally in Cricut, one of the functions we tend to do, and I'm just demonstrating here, is just to weld it. If you try that, the text will disappear. You'll just be left with that outline. I've done a very quick print of this just to show you. Please excuse the messy corners, my blade is very, very dull, I do need to replace it. But you can see here, it effectively creates two separate layers. You choose whatever colour you want, whatever materials you want, but it will print it out in two separate layers. You can get another effect with offset, and this is probably my favourite one actually. So I'm highlighting both of those layers, and this time I'm going to attach. Now when I attach this, you'll see, and when I go to make it, it actually keeps the two layers together and it gives a bit of an outline with that font. I'm going to show you again just a little project that I've made. Please excuse the scrappiness, I've just used some scrap paper to show you. But you see it actually puts that text inside, so it's just one piece that you get. Of course my letters are still there that I've left over if you like, which I can reuse if I want to. But I do prefer this effect, I think overall this would be great with vinyl. Now just going back to Design Space, because I do want to show you, of course, if you don't want to use the offset, you can hide it as well as delete it, and you can do the same with the text or the offset function because they are just two separate layers. Now what if you decide you want to change your text after you've created an offset for it? You can of course just double click to get back into the edit mode for that text. So I don't know, maybe you want to add capitalization or you noticed a spelling mistake, you can go back and type that. But because they're already two separate layers at this point, the offset doesn't match your new text. So I would click that and delete it, highlight your text again, and then just go back to offset, and there you go, it's magically appeared. It's super quick and easy to use. Now I did promise I would show you the two variations of the rounded and the square corners. This is also where you're going to see a little bit of a hiccup with the beta version. Can you see as I've duplicated and dragged that text, it's also made a little bit of a mess with the background of offset. I have found this happen now and again, not too often. I'm glad it was in the example when I did the screen recording, but you'll see here it's easy to resolve. Just delete that copy of it, duplicate your font again, and then when you drag that out of the way and add your offset, you'll see that that fixes itself. I'm just going to highlight the text again to get the offset function, click onto the corners, and then it just fixes itself. So you can see here the comparison at the top with the rounded corners and at the bottom with the square ones. So you've got a few little options. I love this new offset function. I think we'll find lots of uses for it. If you've not also seen my video about the new collections functionality, I'd love you to check that out as well. Any comments or queries, please list them below. But otherwise, have a great crafting weekend.